Hi, I'm Steve Nicolarad, and this is Baseball School from the Ground Up. This segment of our presentation has to deal with rundowns. What I'd like to talk about now specifically the role of the back and the front guy in the rundown. Let's focus, if we could, at first base. If we pick off a guy at first base, the runner basically will be in one of two positions. The runner will be running hard toward second base, or we will completely have surprised the base runner, and he'll sort of be moving away from the first baseman, but looking back at him and kind of very slowly moving away from him. Either one of two things happen. So our first baseman is always trained to go and meet the ball and immediately assume that the base runner is running hard. He is sprinting towards the next base. The first baseman, the back man, must get his hips and feet in a position to make that 85-foot throw. If in fact the runner is not moving hard towards the next base, then the first baseman, the back man, won't throw the ball. What he'll do is immediately sprint at the runner. Now, what happens in this case? Well, the second baseman would be coming into the play, and he would be our short man. So let's talk just for a second about our second baseman and shortstop. What are they doing on a pickoff? Our second baseman assumes that the base runner will be moving slowly away from the first baseman, and that the first baseman will move hard at the runner, forcing the runner to speed up, and our second baseman will come into the baseline about 2/3 of the way between first and second base, and he'll call for the ball. He'll say ball. The first baseman will throw a dart at the second baseman, and then the first baseman would circle back. The second baseman will now have the ball. Hopefully he can make a tag and the play would end. If the runner is very flexible, the runner could stop, run back to first base, and then we'll throw the ball to the pitcher, who has now stepped in to be our back man at first base. Where does the pitcher stand? I always have our back man stand about 3 feet in front of first base, not on the bag. That way, if he catches the ball and it's a bang-bang play and he tags the runner high, if he's 3 to 4 feet in front, we still are going to get the out call. If we're on the bag, we're not going to get the out call. Okay, so what does the shortstop do in this play? The shortstop assumes that when you pick off a guy at first base, that the throw is going to be coming from the first baseman to second base to the shortstop, so he's in that position. What does the shortstop do if the throw goes to the second baseman? The shortstop will immediately begin to shorten the noose and shorten the rundown. What happens if we pick off a guy at second base? Whichever middle infielder receives the ball, he'll assume that he's going to have to make an 85-foot throw to third base. He'll get his feet around. What does the third baseman do? The third baseman's going to have to read the runner. If the runner is running hard at third base, he stays there. But if the runner is dancing away from the middle infielder very slowly, the third baseman will shorten the bag. Will shorten the noose. What happens if we pick off a man at third base? The third baseman will have to get his feet around. The catcher will have to make a read. If the guy is running home, the catcher will stay at the plate area. The third baseman will make his 85-foot throw. If the guy is dancing away from the third baseman will now have to run hard at the runner. The catcher will begin to shorten up. The pitcher, who is the second man at home plate, he will then also begin to shorten the noose in case he's involved in a rundown. Where does the shortstop go in this case when we're picking off a man at third base? He's the second guy at third base. He's the back man. He'll assume a position, if he's in the rundown, just 3 or 4 feet in front of third base, on the home plate side of third base, and he'll be ready for the play that will come back in that position at third base.